On set. Hello, William.
Hi, Shona.
Now, we begin by taking a look at tensions between Russia and Ukraine, this time over their gas deal.
That's right. Now, Moscow's hiked the price of gas for Ukraine for the second time in just 3 days. Kiev's gas bill now stands at 1.6 billion euros, and with Russia cranking up pressure to pay urgently. The rise means Ukrainians face paying a bill that's almost double the price they paid at the beginning of the week. Joe Tandy has more.
Pay more and pay now. On Thursday, Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev ordered the head of state-run Gazprom to hike the price of Ukrainian gas with immediate effect.
This decision entails direct consequences for Gazprom's future relations with our Ukrainian partners and consumers. You should follow the general duty rate for gas without any reductions or special tariffs.
In only 3 days, Russia's inflated Ukraine's gas price by 80%. On Tuesday, Gazprom said unpaid bills lay behind a first rise of 85 euros per 1,000 cubic meters. Thursday's hike brings the cost to almost 354 euros for that volume, far higher than the average price in the European Union. Meanwhile, Moscow's pressuring Kiev to pay off 1.6 billion euros in outstanding bills. With Ukraine fighting to fend off bankruptcy and the two governments at loggerheads over Russia's annexation of Crimea, Prime Minister Yatsenyuk said the Russian move was politically motivated.
There
are no reasons for Russia to increase the gas price to Ukraine, except for one, and that's politics.
For now, the price of Russian gas for the European Union remains stable. Half of Europe's supplies flow out of Russia and through Ukraine, but Moscow's ordered Kiev to increase gas storage levels to meet European demand next winter.
Well, William, how are the markets doing?
Well, markets in Asia are trading mixed results so far now. The Nikkei down. Asia stocks, though, are set for one of their best weeks in the past year, though the Nikkei has retreated after a 3-week high on Thursday. And the Kospi is also down after it hit its record high for the year also on Thursday. Trading subdued basically because investors are awaiting the all-important monthly U.S. jobs report due out later today.
Now, this jobs report comes out every month, right? But markets will be looking at this one very closely. What makes this one different?
Well, some analysts say these reports are the most closely watched economic data in the world, and non-farm payrolls are expected to add 200,000 jobs, up 25,000 from February. Basically, this recent U.S. data has been down, as analysts had said that they thought it was related to weather. Markets want to see, though, steady job growth. Too much could force the U.S. Federal Reserve to speed up its tapering of bonds, and that would mean bad news for stocks. But if the report is worse than expected, then it could point to a fundamental weakness within the economy.
Now, one of the most economic indicators, one of the most important economic indicators is long-term unemployment. And that figure has been dropping. That's
right. Now, it hit a record high in 2010. And yes, since then it has dropped, but this period is still the highest it's been since the 1930s. Some 3.8 million Americans have been out of work at least 6 months. Analysts say their prospects of finding a good job remain dim because the longer people are jobless, the more out of date their skill set becomes and the less attractive they are to potential employers.
All right, time for a quick look at other top business stories.
Mozilla chief executive Brendan Eich has stepped down. This after the online dating service OkCupid urged a boycott of the company's web browser because of a donation he made in 2008 to opponents of gay marriage. Mozilla has yet to appoint his replacement. Gay activists applauded the move, though many in the technology community lamented it since Eich invented the programming language JavaScript and was a co-founder of Mozilla.
Bank of America is close to ending a dispute over its credit card practices with a U.S. federal agency. The lender is expected to pay at least $800 million to settle allegations it pressured customers into signing up for so-called add-on products to credit cards. That would make it the largest such agreement in U.S. history.
And it's a battle worth billions of euros that could change the landscape of the mobile industry in France. Vivendi is considering offers to sell its telecoms business, SFR, to either Bouygues or Numericable. At the moment, it's in exclusive talks with the latter. The board meets Friday to discuss the sale of SFR, France's second biggest telecom operator, which brought in more than half of the group's annual sales and operating profit last year.
Business with William Hildebrandt. Thank you very much, William, for joining us on set. Now I'm joined by Florence Villamino with the papers. Nice to have you back. First up, French politics with a hotly anticipated meeting today.
That's right. It's the very first cabinet meeting since this week's government reshuffle, and it's the very first meeting that will be hosted by the country's new prime minister, Manuel Valls. Now, he has vowed to hit the ground running, but according to Le Figaro, the right-leaning paper, he really has his work cut out for him. They talk about les chantiers à haut risque de Manuel Valls. So they liken what lies ahead of him to a high-risk construction site. And in fact, inside Le